Hi, my name is Brian Norton with the In-Data project at Easterseals Crossroads, and today we're going to be talking about two features found in iOS. One is Haptic Touch and the other is Reachability. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, today we're going to talk about two features in iOS. I'm on an iPhone right now. This is specific. One is very specific to iOS, what's found on an iPhone, and the other one you'll find on the iPad iOS as well. So we'll cover those as we go through, but the first is Reachability, and then the other one is one called Haptic Touch, and they do different things. So Reachability is specifically for someone who uses their phone. Oftentimes folks are using their phone one-handed, and with oversized phones these days, a lot of folks don't have the dexterity and fine motor control on their fingers to be able to get all over the screen to be able to press it when using it with one hand. And so there's a setting, not a new setting, but a setting that's been there for a while called Reachability that'll actually shrink the screen down to half the size of your overall screen. So let's take a look at that real quick. So the first one is Settings. If you go under Settings, you'll go down to Accessibility. So we'll go down here to Accessibility. And then we're going to come down here to Physical and Motor, that category. We're going to click on Touch. And on Touch, you're going to see it there. There's the first one. It's Reachability. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And what that allows me to do is to swipe down on the bottom edge of the screen to bring it into reach. And so I'm going to start, maybe just a little bit more than from the bottom of the screen and just swipe it down. And it's going to shrink it down to about half my size so that if I'm using my phone, I can reach things with my thumb to be able to reach some of those things that were at the very top of it. So again, start at the very bottom of your screen, just swipe it down. It's going to shrink it to about half size and then allow you to be able to then press those buttons. You can also then click on that little arrow at the top if you don't need to wait that long and go ahead and make it full size there. But that's the first one. That's called Reachability. The next one is called Haptic Touch. That's the option that's just below Reachability. And this allows you to press anything on the display for different lengths of time to reveal basically content previews, actions, and contextual menus. You'll see that. And what I love about iOS is they do a very good job describing exactly what these features do. And so again, what it's useful for is for folks who, if a context menu is available or you want to blow up a picture to see it a little bit easier, you just simply press on the screen to make it bigger. And so I'm going to click on Haptic Touch. And they give you an option of this. There's a picture here of a flower. If you tap and hold that image, you'll see what will happen to it. And basically it gets bigger. And then it'll get a little bit bigger so you can see it more. You can tap outside of it to make it go away. But you can move that from fast to slow. And so right now it's set on fast, and so I press it and it doesn't take all that long for it to make it bigger. If you have some difficulty with touching and using that touch screen, that could be sometimes problematic. Lots of context menus will pop up if you can't get your finger off there fast enough. If you want to slow that down, just move to slow, and it takes just a little bit longer for that to pop up. So a way to be able to kind of limit some of maybe the frustration you would experience when trying to get to context menus if you move that to slow. But that's Haptic Touch on your iOS device. This one, Haptic Touch, is on not only the phone operating system, but also on the tablet, the iPad operating system. What you'll find with Reachability, again, that's only on the phone. And so I just wanted to kind of highlight those two features today. Well, that's your tech tip for today. I want to say thank you to the Indiana Telephone Relay Access Corporation for sponsoring our captions today. My name is Brian Norton with the In-Data project at Easterseals Crossroads in Indiana.